to handle leaky faucets, clogged drains, even broken water heaters. Someone at your beck and call no matter when. And wouldn't it be fantastic if that someone was your husband? Quit dreaming. Call Mr. Rooter. He's no ordinary plumber.
If you have dry, painful, cracked skin, I recommend a serious product with a unique name, Zim's Crack Cream. Developed by a pharmacist, Zim's Crack Cream's herbal formula moisturizes and softens even cracked, thick, and painful skin. Zim's Crack Cream isn't just an ordinary skin product, so look for it in the first aid section. Zim's Crack Cream for dry, cracked skin. It's the serious product with the unique name.
For best results, try Zim's original.
Now, to order your free video and brochure. It's time to lose the weight and get back into shape. Join the over 500,000 people who've already experienced Bowflex and get the results you've always wanted. Don't think about it. Take action. Call and ask for a free video and brochure and check out the entire Bowflex lineup or visit us on the web at bowflexdirect.com today. Do the research, listen to real customers, then place your order and get started. You'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. Guaranteed. Redefine your body with Bowflex.
There's more from the Weather Channel at weather.com. More travel updates, more ski and snow conditions, more forecasts at work or whenever you're on the web. Get more at weather.com or AOL keyword weather.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local on the 8s. Currently, the temperature is 27 degrees with light snow. Your forecast. Your extended forecast.
You're watching the Weather Channel. Live by it.
The snow is falling hard in New York City, and it won't quit until later this evening. Your commute home will probably be a white one. Definitely will be a white one. When it's over, you could have 6 to 8 inches of snow on the ground.
The storm appears to be over in Charlotte, but left behind plenty of ice and power outages. We'll tell you what kind of cleanup weather you can expect.
Hello and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Rich Johnson.
And I'm Janetta Jones. We're continuing to watch the snow move up the East Coast. Washington, Philadelphia, New York, all seeing it, and now Boston, you're getting it too. With the latest on the winter storm, we're joined by our winter weather expert, Paul Cosin.
Well, we have seen larger storms, more rapidly developing storms, but since we haven't seen many storms in the past few years, the one that's hitting the Washington to New York corridor today is really quite significant. Generally, between 5 and 9 inches of snow is falling and will be falling across that entire domain. Across Washington, it's basically almost over. Philadelphia, you'll be ending in a few hours. New York City right now, you're at the peak of the heavy snow. Look for that total snowfall accumulation of about 6 to 8 inches. Let's take a look right now at what we're expecting. I've changed some of the amounts here just to fit with what kind of storm this is. Not a lot of places that are going to get more than 10 inches of, or 12 inches of snow. There will be a few, primarily maybe across central New Jersey, eastern Long Island, and maybe around the Cape Cod area. But in general, we're seeing what's called a moderate snowstorm, 5 to 9 inches of snow. Most of this has already fallen in this area here, but much of this still has to fall. Storm system, not the deepest in the world, but it's just enough to be moving off to the northeast. It's developing rapidly right now, and will continue to produce a band of moderate snow across the area from New York up through Hartford, Providence, and even through some of the Boston metropolitan area. Let's take a look at some of the non-colorized radar just so we get an idea where some of the heaviest precipitation is. The sleet and snow is right now across Washington, D.C. That's where the sleet line is. Still snow to the north of it. That will be coming to an end in the next couple of hours. But here's the radar out of Philadelphia. We can see the bright band where we're seeing some mix of sleet, but all this is dark area is the heaviest snow that's headed right up towards New York, and that will be continuing for the next few hours. Here's the New York radar, just band after band of heavy snow. That will be continuing throughout the afternoon before tapering off basically later this evening. And now we're seeing the snowfall coming into Boston. Expect 3 or 4 inches in the city itself, more 4 to 8 at least south of the Boston metropolitan area. We'll be continuing to follow it throughout the afternoon. There will be continued traffic and airline delays through this evening. Let's turn it back to Rich.
All right, thank you, Paul, for that update. Again, here's our low pressure center moving up the eastern seaboard. Heavy snow, as Paul is pointing out, falling in New York City right now. That is where the heaviest of the snow is, back over just southwest New York City and over the city itself. And that will cut up across southern New England during this evening, so travel will continue to be difficult. Looking much better tomorrow, maybe some light snow over toward the Cape, otherwise winding down. We should finally get some sunshine coming in too. Now let's check and see what's going on in the southern states.
In the south, we're talking about a better weather pattern today. In fact, the ice not really a problem anymore. Some locations getting some scattered rain showers, and that can give you some difficulty on those roadways. We'll watch this low as it continues to move south and eastward, so that by tomorrow it looks like South Florida will see the rain. But today you're okay and looking good. 83 degrees in Miami. Hey, that sounds good. We've got 30s and 40s behind the system, though. That's where the cooler weather is. At least temperatures are above the freezing mark in most locations, and going to pretty much stay that way today and tomorrow, even better, as you'll be into the 40s for most locales, and actually the farther west you go, we'll be talking about 50s. So good looking weather on the way. Hang on, relief is in sight. Let's see what's happening in the Midwest, and here's Rich.
There's just a touch of snow still falling in the Midwest, anywhere from areas of Iowa, Illinois, back into Michigan, associated with this trough moving through the area. Real story today, though, is cold weather. It's 13 in Twin Cities, 20 in Des Moines, 28 also for you in Kansas City and back over to St. Louis. A fair amount of clouds around, but it does clear out as you head back over toward portions of the plains. And our forecast showing that the snow will gradually die down later this evening as the trough moves by. So we think your Friday forecast is looking much better. Near 50 in Rapid City and Omaha tomorrow, also Kansas City. Still below freezing in Chicago or near freezing in Chicago. Warmer weather is coming in tomorrow, though, so that's something to look forward to. That's a look at the Midwest. Now let's see what's going on in the West.
In the West, hey, things are pretty quiet, and it's going to stay that way at least for one more day. And then we have a series of storm systems that are getting ready to move into the picture. They will provide us with rain first and then some snow in the higher elevations. So get ready. We could see a repeat performance by early next week of what's going on right now. Temperature right now is warming into the 30s in Denver, already above the freezing mark. Foggy conditions are going to subside and will give way to a pretty decent day for most concerned here across the West. So your rush hour commute in Seattle and San Diego and everywhere in between looking fine. And tomorrow morning we may have to deal with some foggy conditions again, but the rain is going to get closer and closer, and during the day tomorrow we think San Francisco will have some rain.
Well, we want you to stay with us right here at the Weather Channel. It's looking and feeling more like Christmas in Washington, D.C. today. Coming up next, we'll tell you how the snow is affecting travel conditions.
Then at 43 after the hour, we'll help you with your weekend plans on Weekend Outlook. And we'll tell you how long this winter weather will stick around in Storm Watch. But first, it's your local on the 8th.
Maglite flashlight. We could go on and on why Maglite is one of the world's most durable flashlights. Or we could just hit it with a Mag truck.
This innovative clamp gives you just the right grip for anything from rough woodwork to fine china. The swivel